Hey, what's going on, Phone Dogs? BoHD here, and over the past 12 months, we have highlighted 10 of our favorite Android apps released and or updated during each month of 2018. That means we have narrowed down a total of 120 apps over the year. With 2019 right around the corner, we thought we'd include all those apps in one big video with links in the description to check them out. Absolutely none of these apps were sponsored, and they were all handpicked by yours truly. Without further ado, let's get started. Mirror Emoji Keyboard is one of the newest third-party keyboards on the Play Store. It's a pretty neat way to spice up your communications. Basically, you take a selfie and the app generates your own personal emoji, and you can use it or post it anywhere from the emoji keyboard. Facebook, WhatsApp, Snapchat, Instagram, you name it. The keyboard doesn't have that swipe support, which is pretty lame, but it's really simple and it does work great otherwise. Remindy is a great productivity app that lets you create reminders from any application that you can share. All you have to do is hit the share button in any app for the content you want to create a reminder about, and after you tap Remind Me, you set the date and time, and that's it. You're gonna get a reminder. Chilly Snow is an app that calls my name because of its simplicity and addicting gameplay. All you have to do is chill and slide as far as you can to try and beat your best score. Now, one of the coolest wallpaper apps that I've ever come across is called Map Papers. The app lets you theme a map just the way you like it to help fit with your smartphone. You just need to pick a style, search for a location, and press the save button. And once you do that, you can tap on set and then set the image as a wallpaper. It's pretty neat and the wallpapers look really good. Spot On is an app in beta, but I just love its concept. The app lets you set a timer to fall asleep and wake up to your favorite Spotify tracks, albums, and or playlists. You can play any track, playlist, or album from Spotify and have the music slowly fade out at night and fade in the morning. It's a must-have app if you're a Spotify user that likes to listen to music before going to bed, as it will automatically turn off the music when you are asleep. Paint Tower is a puzzle game where you stack a tower of pieces by drawing the shape of the pieces. So you match the number that you're given and paint a puzzle piece made of that many blocks. Each puzzle piece will affect the tower's balance, so you do have to be careful, but as you can see, it gets very challenging. Files Go by Google is a storage manager app that helps you free up space on your phone, find files faster, and share them with others. The app will give you the option to delete old photos and various messages in your messaging apps that you don't really read anymore. They're just sitting there taking up space. You can remove like duplicated files, you can erase unused apps, clear your cache, and so on, all in an effort to free up some precious space. The app just got updated to work on tablets as well as work with SD cards. Dark Matte Flat Dark Icon Pack is an icon pack that is super minimal. How minimal, you ask? There's literally no color. So if you're going for a simple aesthetic, or maybe you just want to save some battery life to utilize that AMOLED display your device is rocking, you should absolutely check out Dark Matte. Links below to check this app out as well as everything else mentioned in this video. Finger Driver is an app that's gaining some serious popularity. Last time I checked, it was in the top 20 most popular free apps. You spin the digital steering wheel to drive your car around endless tracks to try and beat your previous score. And if you touch the black portion of the track, you have to start all the way over. And you possibly have to sit through an annoying advertisement or two. That's really the only downside. Now, as you can see here, I am absolutely horrible at this game, but somehow I have a tough time putting it down. The last app we have for you today is called Haven Keep Watch, and it's a beta app that can transform any Android device into a powerful security camera. It leverages on-device sensors to provide monitoring and protection of your home. The app will turn any Android phone into a motion, sound, vibration, and light detector. What I thought was really cool is that it's actually designed for investigative journalists, human rights defenders, and people at risk of forced disappearance. It's also open source. This is one of those apps that makes you really love the power and the freedom of Android. First, we have what I consider to be a hilarious app called Die With Me. When your phone's battery is below 5%, the app will pair you up with a stranger whose phone is also dying, so you can chat away for the final minutes of battery life you both have. Unfortunately, the chat room will consist of others who are in a similar situation, and there can be some language barriers, but overall this is a super fun app. Caster is an app that will bring together media from a number of sites all in one media player so that you can stream content to a Chromecast device. It will be able to retrieve local media as well as content from YouTube, Vimeo, Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive. If you consume a lot of media, especially from these sites, and you like to cast that media to a Chromecast device, you should definitely check out this app. Spiky Trees is a beautifully simple game where you play as a cube who has to traverse down a spiky tree. The goal is to travel as far as you can without hitting a spike, and as you can see, it gets pretty difficult. I love the animations and the fluidity of this app. It's super smooth, super addicting. Feedster is kind of similar to Caster. It brings all of your favorite news feeds from your social networks, your RSS feeds, and sites in one convenient place that you can scroll through. All the necessary features to interact with your posts, like writing comments, rating posts, and sharing, are still available. So far, you can connect Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, VK, Reddit, Facebook, and Feedly, but I'm sure more services will be added over time. The idea is to save you time from opening each app separately and scrolling through content. Here you have one convenient all-in-one hub. Lens Distortions lets you simulate lens distortions in your photos, just like the name implies. The effects are of high quality and they look great when applied to your photos. You get 5 filters for free, but you can pay $1 per month to unlock the entire suite. Up a Cave is similar to Spiky Trees in that you play as a cube, but instead of dodging spiky trees, you have to navigate through challenging caves, which are home to a variety of traps and enemies. And the more diamonds and gold you collect, the higher your stats or score will be. Calendar Counter is a neat app for those of you who use the Google Calendar app frequently. The app checks for keywords in your event names, descriptions, and locations, and automatically creates tags from the most popular words you use so you can easily jump to those events. Now, in addition to the automatically generated tags, you can create your own custom tags for the events that you have. The app will also show you how much time you spent on different activities. Just Slide is a casual game with simple controls but beautiful animations and challenging gameplay. You can't run, you can't flip, you can't even jump. All you can do is slide to advance your little blobby creatures to their end goal. It's pretty darn tough though, so do keep that in mind if you get frustrated easily. There's a boss mode, there's also an endless mode for endless fun. Cake Browser is a new browser for Android that's built around how we search the web. Instead of having to go back to your initial Google search in order to check out the next result page, you can instantly move through them by swiping left and right. You can also reorder your preferred results, switch to images, videos, and news with a simple tap on a pop-up menu. What's more is you can even save pages for offline viewing, which is pretty neat if you decide to go off the grid for a minute or two. If you like what you see, you should check out the Cake Browser. Speaking of news, the last app we have for you today is called Newsty, or NWSTY. The app is designed for those of you who rarely read the news, and its aim is to make it extremely easy for such users to get to know what's happening in the world quickly. The app uses artificial intelligence to bring you headlines and news summaries of between 6 and 10 of the most important current news stories that it believes you should know about. The stories cover both US and global news, including current events, international news, politics, world events, entertainment, sports, science, and more. If you're not an absolute news junkie, but you want to know about the big news stories, you should check out NWSTY. The first app on our list is a little game called PUBG Mobile, which is certainly the most popular app to be released this month. The game is dead simple, which is largely why it is so popular. You, along with 100 other online players, start by parachuting onto a remote island and battle it out to see who becomes the last man standing. Players have to locate and scavenge their own weapons, vehicles, and supplies, and defeat every player on the island. The difficulty progresses as the longer that you're on the island, the smaller the play zone becomes. The app uses Unreal Engine 4 for graphics, and while it's certainly not as good looking as the PC version, it's certainly playable and enjoyable in my opinion. It's nice not having to be tethered to a console or PC. The game is free. I recommend you give it a try. Sip Stories is an app that delivers tech news and stories at a tap. The idea is that it sends you a notification when a breaking story happens, but you can also open the app and explore previous stories like a traditional news app. What's different with Sip is that its layout is kind of like a Snapchat story. You tap on the right-hand side to go to the next slide of the info. Sometimes there's an embedded tweet, other times it's a photo or GIF. If you like tech news, you should look into Sip Stories. And while on the topic of stories, another app you might enjoy is Stories Timeline Diary. So there's a million different diary apps on the Play Store. What I like about this app is its timeline design, so you can relive your memories in order. The app will track your moods and allow you to attach various information, whether that's people, weather conditions, events, it's up to you. It supports hashtags and mentions and security locks like pins and fingerprints. The app is still in development, but I think it's already extremely feature-packed. Jungle Monkey Run 2 is a simple game where you play as a monkey and collect bananas and power-ups, all while trying to dodge pits and enemies. It reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong and carries some serious nostalgia. You can jump, sprint, glide, and there are a ton of levels and challenges to keep this game fun for a long time. Text2 is a really neat app that lets you send and receive SMS, picture, and group messages from your computer. It takes like 30 seconds to set up, and it works with Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Best of all, it's free. Readably is a beautifully simple RSS reader. The layout is simple and functional, allowing you to easily search for a site to subscribe to. And what's more is you can tag each source so that you can find like specific stories for the topics you're interested, like technology or science. My biggest gripe is that it does cost $5, but I think it's absolutely worth it if you're a news junkie. Vimage is an unreleased app that's still in development, but it shows a ton of promise. The app lets you make cinemagraphs out of still photos that are already in your library. It offers you a selection of animated overlays that you can apply to your photos. That includes like dust effects, rain effects, smoke effects. It's free, so feel free to give this app a shot. Next, we have Sims Mobile, and it needs very little introduction. It's a mobile version of the popular PC game Sims, where you customize a character and live out its life by like pursuing career goals, hobbies, relationships, and so forth. The developers did a good job here. You know, there's some in-app purchases, but other than that, there are little costs associated with this game. Beacon real-time location sharing lets you share your location with your family and friends whenever you want. Personally, I like to use it when I go hiking so people know where I am. Some of the features include automated alerts that are sent when you're not moving. There's also a battery management feature that does what the name implies. It keeps the app functional without draining too much battery. The last app on the list is Edge Action, and it brings the Edge screen feature found on many curved Galaxy smartphones to any smartphone. With one hand, you'll be able to switch between apps, favorite people, quick tools, and music players from any screen. It's remarkably similar to Samsung's native app. I highly recommend it. The first app just goes to show you how powerful Android is. You know that feature available in the HTC U11 and Google Pixel 2 where you can squeeze the phone to open up the Google Assistant? Well, the app Side Squeeze brings that feature to any Android device using data from the barometric pressure sensor in your phone. I set it up so that it opens up Google search, but you can have it open up any app you want. You can even have it open up a recent app or go to your home screen, for example. Furthermore, you can set up an action after a long squeeze is made, so it could open up a completely different app. Portal AR, Step into Scotland, is a fun augmented reality app that generates a portal that will let you step into Scotland, just like the name implies. After you find a flat surface to generate said portal, you can literally walk into the portal and start viewing the eye candy that is the country of Scotland. If you navigate into the settings, you can see a section for content. This is where you can download all the different 360 content, whether you want to check out paramotoring, the Edinburgh Castle, University of Glasgow, or Kelvin Grove Museum. It's completely up to you. Flippy is a super fun way to pass the time. You play as a silhouetted figure who runs along a rainbow road and has to flip to the other side of the road to avoid spikes that come to your direction. The goal is to overtake as many runners as possible and beat your previous score. There's not much more to it than that. It's a lot of fun. Pi Controls gives you the ability to use your phone with just one hand via gestures. All you have to do is swipe from one of the edges of your screen to reveal a menu which shows your favorite actions, notifications, and status information. The app, which is currently in beta and will get more features in time, lets you customize the size of the pie elements, the speed of the animations, the sound effects, and pretty much everything else you'd want to tweak. It does cost a couple of bucks, but it's a great way to navigate an Android device. I highly recommend it. Notification Animations is another personalization app that adds cool animations whenever you get a notification from an app. You can choose from a variety of custom animations like firework, playful, wave, holographic, electrify, and so on, although most of the animations do require you to shell out some money. Paco 2 is an arcade driving game where you work as a getaway driver. Your mission is to pick up your crew from the heist spot and escort them to safety. Each run you make earns you some money, which can be used to buy new rides and locations. Overall, I love the controls and animations. The developers did a great job here. Just a Line is an AR app from Google. The app is incredibly simple, allowing you to draw in augmented reality. You draw on the screen of your smartphone, and then you press record to capture videos with your drawings. This is just another augmented reality app that is just so much fun to play around with. One of the newest launchers to hit the Play Store is the Lean launcher, and it's very similar to the stock Pixel launcher. What's cool about it is that it's open source, it's lightweight, and it's customizable. You can customize the look and feel and slap on a dark theme if you want. You can use different icon packs and hide certain apps from your drawer. You can even use gestures to swipe down the notification panel with one finger or quick settings with 2 fingers. You gotta check out Lean Launcher if you want a stock Android launcher with a ton of customizable features. The last augmented reality app we have for you today is called Spacecraft Ar, and it's an app that is created by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. The app uses AR to bring spacecraft explorers from across the solar system to whatever space you are in. Once you find a flat surface, you can slap on a 3D model of the Curiosity rover or Cassini spacecraft. This app alone will help you learn so much about what kind of crafts we have in outer space. The last app we have for you today is for all of the Marvel fans out there. Since Avengers Infinity War just hit theaters, and no, this is not a sponsor, I thought I'd include the Marvel Strike Force game on the list. So here's the premise. An assault on Earth has begun, and superheroes and supervillains are working together to defend it. Lead the charge by assembling your ultimate squad, including Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Loki, Elektra, Captain America, and Iron Man as you enter strategic combat against an all-new enemy threat. Now, I haven't progressed too far into this game, but hey, there's some serious potential for fun. First, we have OnePlus Gestures. As many of you guys know, the OnePlus 6 just launched, and it brings a fresh new way to navigate the OS via a series of swipes, similar to the iPhone X. Well, you can get these gestures on just about any Android phone thanks to this application. Some of the available gestures include swipe up from the center to go home, swipe up from the center and hold to go to your recent apps, and swipe up on the left-hand side to go back. There are many more gestures than just these, but you get the idea. What's neat is you can customize these actions too. iNi is a fun, historically accurate app that will let you talk to Einstein, Cleopatra, Donald Trump, Leonardo da Vinci, Napoleon, and Marilyn Monroe. There are hundreds of predefined conversations that you can ask each figure to learn all about them. If you're a history buff or just curious about how this app works, you should check out iNi. That's E-I-N-E-E. Mr. Gun is a catch app, meaning it's extremely simple, but also extremely addicting. You play as a little blocky figure and shoot incoming enemies. You can get new guns in the gun store by completing the boss blacklists. Overall, this game is super fun. I highly recommend it if you're into simple, beat your score type games. Google News made it on the list because it has received a big refresh. There's a For You section that will generate 5 top stories Google has pulled for you. Meanwhile, the Headlines section will let you see what's going on around the world or locally. The Full Coverage link that is below a story will let you see how a story is being reported from a variety of places and in multiple formats to help remove bias and let you form your own opinion about a story. Also, you'll now see that Newsstand has been folded into Google News. This section will deliver different publishers for you to browse and follow. Opera Touch is the latest Opera browser to hit the Play Store. It's designed to help you search for content as fast as possible. Right when you boot it up, you can start typing or use voice search to find what you're looking for. There's a feature to let you browse the web across multiple devices, assuming you're using the Opera PC browser. There's also end-to-end encryption to keep you safe, as well as a native ad blocker. Still Here is a beautiful platformer adventure game that takes you on a journey through a dystopian world with lots of secrets and unique locations to discover. You play as little creatures called Pip and try and find out what happened to this world and why there seems to be no humans around. The game is super relaxing and has enough locations to keep you entertained for hours. GoArt is not just another photo editing app. This app uses AI to spice up your photos, but what I like about it is its ability to generate 10 megapixel images, which you can print out if you so desire. New effects are constantly being added to this app too, so if you don't see an effect you like now, perhaps one will be added in the not too distant future. Nacho Notch is a notch hider. If you picked up the OnePlus 6 or LG G7 Think and you don't like the notch, you can use this app to hide it. All you have to do is go to your quick settings and tap on the hide notch icon, and you'll never see that pesky little notch again. It will be completely blacked out in any application. Siempo is a launcher that helps you limit your time on your smartphone to create a healthier digital experience. The app will batch notifications, calm your home screen, and create distance between distracting apps in order to prevent unconscious use and to help you live a life of deeper focus, presence, and human connection. The app can be painfully simple. You can flag apps to use them less, and they'll end up in their own section, which gets randomized each time you visit it. Meanwhile, all of your tools will be one swipe away, so you can still easily access them. If you're addicted to your phone and you want to wean yourself off, you may want to try the Siempo launcher. The last app we have for you today is called Dissembler, or Dissembler. It's a subtle puzzle game about unraveling bold, abstract designs one color at a time. All you have to do is flip pairs of tiles to make matching color groups vanish. No new tiles will drop in to replace the ones you've matched. Your task is to remove all tiles and leave behind a clean slate. There are over 120 puzzles to play, so you should be able to stay entertained for a long time. The first couple of apps are from a local startup. You might not have heard of them before, but they go by the name of Google. They have launched an official podcast app that will let you discover and listen to the world's podcasts. You can subscribe to shows and download episodes for offline listening. What's neat is all of your podcasts will be synced across your devices, so you can pause on one device and resume on another with the Google Assistant. The other app is called YouTube Music, which officially launched this month. YouTube Music is a streaming service that costs $10 per month, but you can get a 3-month free trial. What's neat about this service is that you can watch music videos for the songs that you listen to on a daily basis. You can watch live performances, you can watch covers and remixes, all of which is something you can't really do on most music services. That's really what makes this service unique. The music suggestions are pretty solid for such a new service because it uses Google's and YouTube's rich collection of data. There's also a hot list tab that lets you view what's trending or hot right now in the music scene. There's more I could talk about, but that's really the gist of YouTube Music. The next app is Classic Snake Game 3D, and as the name implies, it's a 3D version of the classic Snake arcade game. I'm a fan of simple games, and this is a simple game that's not too distracting. The goal is to grow your snake by eating the food, but you have to watch out and make sure you don't run into your back end by eating too much food and getting too long for your own good. Chef's Feed is an app that features thousands of recommendations from the best food and beverage professionals to help you discover the best places to eat and drink nearby. It features videos, it features stories, city guides, and a map to help you locate the restaurant or bar of choice. I love food, and I don't go to a restaurant unless it has more than 4 stars on Google Maps, so that's where I turn when I'm getting hungry. Chef's Feed is just another source I look to when I get hungry, because I value what others on this app have to say about the restaurant that I'm looking into. Lawnchair Launcher is an open source launcher that does its best to deliver you Google Pixel features. If you're an Android purist who's using a Samsung, LG, or non-Google smartphone, you'll probably want to check out this launcher as it features the simplicity that you are probably looking for. There's Google Now integration, there's icon pack support, Android Oreo shortcuts and notification dots, variable icon sizes, custom grid sizes, and much more. I'm Ping Pong King is one of the best casual sports games of the year. The game is more simple than other ping pong games as it's simplified to 2 buttons. It's basically a reaction game as the hits get faster and faster. You have to beat 16 rivals and win the crown. It's that simple, and it's super addicting, so warning. White House Experience is a new app from the White House Historical Association that offers you a glimpse at the inside of the executive mansion. The app will take you through a number of stops, including the East Garden Room, Family Theater, Library, Oval Office, and Lincoln Bedroom. When I went to DC, I wasn't able to get a tour of the White House because they were so booked and plans can change last minute depending on what events are happening. I just imagine this app was created for all of those tourists out there who couldn't schedule an actual tour. Entra is an experimental security app that allows you to test new DNS over HTTPS services that encrypt domain name lookups and prevent manipulation by your network. It features support for public DNS services like Cloudflare and Google DNS. It also supports geocoding and some additional data gathering. For the security and privacy enthusiasts out there, this app is definitely for you. For everyone else, you could probably just ignore this app and you probably had no idea what I just said. Sojourn is one of the latest journal apps to hit the Play Store. You can log daily activities and write about whatever your heart desires, but this app focuses more on shorter entries than most. There are plenty of features to customize the look and feel of your entries, but there are purposely no social media features integrated here, so whatever you write should stay in this app. The last app we have for you today is called Slashy Sushi. Your goal is to cut and cook as many foods as you can without going overboard. Basically, you tap on your screen as fast as you can while being careful to not tap too much and stop tapping or cutting when you need to. It's super easy and simple, like most of the other games mentioned in this video, but can get really challenging the faster you go. The first app we have for you today is called Instagram TV, aka IGTV. It rolled out to users in late June to early July and just missed being included in last month's episode, so I apologize for that. The app is shaping up to be YouTube's biggest competitor as it's entirely video-based, and it lets users produce videos up to 60 minutes long. Now, there are some big differences when compared to YouTube. First of all, it's linked to Instagram, so you'll see the 2 apps tied together. Also, videos feature a vertical 9:16 aspect ratio that should better fit the display on your smartphone. Well, both formats will fit your display just fine, but this will allow you to watch videos in vertical aspect ratios. It's hard to say how this service will shape up over the days, weeks, and months, but we do have plans to start producing content for our Phone Dog IGTV channel, so please go follow us so that you'll see the first video when it is released. Musitude is one of the coolest music apps I've seen in a while. The app transcribes music notation to your phone's keyboard so non-musicians can play musical instruments. The demo lets you play the piano via the keys on your keyboard, but you can sign up and play other instruments as well. It's really neat. It gives people like me a chance to actually play an instrument. So one of my favorite features in the next version of Android is the new Autorotation Suggestion feature. Basically, in Android P, a little icon will pop up and ask you if you want to rotate the screen before it automatically rotates it for you. This is especially useful in bed when you're looking at your phone on your side. You don't want that screen to rotate automatically. Well, the app, Android P Rotation, it emulates this feature and it brings it to devices running older versions of Android, and it works pretty darn well. A little icon will pop up when you rotate your phone. If you tap on it, your phone will rotate. It's that simple. There's also a bunch of customizable settings to change the button position and time before the button disappears, and so forth. This app is it's worth getting, just trust me. Asphalt 9 is one of the newest racing games to hit the Play Store. This version features a top roster of real hypercars from Ferrari, Porsche, and Lamborghini. There are all new locations and features to customize the color and material of your car. I've always enjoyed Asphalt games because they tend to test the barriers of CPU and GPU performance of a smartphone. So from a technical standpoint, I've always enjoyed the games, but they're also just super fun. Lover Icon Pack features a bunch of eccentric, colorful, bright icons that might appeal to you. They might not, but hopefully they do. They're round in shape and many are minimalistic in the design. The Icon Pack is not for everyone, but if you like what you see, you should check it out. It's only $1 on the Play Store and you get new apps. You can totally change up the look of your smartphone. Overdrop is an animated weather app with support for widgets. The app is still in development, but I think it already shows a ton of potential. First of all, you get a lot of neat details right when you boot up the app. You have your temperature, your chance of rain, wind speed, pressure, and humidity. There's the upcoming 7-day forecast with arrows to view more details about each day. The widgets actually might be even better than the actual app as they are super clean. The Android P widgets in particular, they feature material design and rounded corners that look good with just about any wallpaper. Notion is a powerful note-taking application that features support for to-do lists and wikis. You can actually create a workspace where you and your coworkers or your friends could collaborate on projects in real time. The workspace even features its own URL, so you can check out your notes anytime, anywhere. The notes themselves can be rearranged by dragging and dropping. There's even support for offline viewing. Oh, and the app works across Mac, Windows, and in all sorts of different internet browsers. Adobe Spark Post recently became available to Android, bringing one of the most powerful design apps to the Play Store. The app will let you create and add graphics to your photos, all for free. There's a bunch of templates and free stock photos to choose from. You can add text and then share across your social media sites as well. Epic Skate 2 is a fun skateboarding game with a similar look and feel to Subway Surfer. Your goal is to collect coins and perform as many tricks as you can. There are flips and ollies you can perform, and you can customize your skateboard to your liking. Depending on your play style, you can play a career mode that has various challenges, or you can play an endless mode that will let you cruise around and perform tricks to your heart's content. The last app we have for you today is called Nevermind. It's an entertainment app that caters content to you based off your interests. All you have to do is pick a channel. Do you want to learn something? Do you want to see memes, comedy, food? You name it. They have a bunch of different channels. As soon as you tap on a channel, you'll see the channel will start playing up top. It's like free live television, but via an app on your smartphone. The content is apparently curated by professionals, so you might not like all the content that you are consuming, but you really can't go wrong with the memes or the LOL channel. First, we have a little game called Fortnite, a game that needs no introduction besides the fact that it has now made its way to Android devices, starting with the Samsung Note 9. One thing you should note is that this game is not offered on the Play Store, so you do have to download it from Epic Games by visiting their website and requesting an invite to download their Fortnite installer for your compatible smartphone. Samsung phones are the first to get access to Fortnite, but there's a big list of non-Samsung phones on their site that will have access to the game. But if you've been playing Fortnite on an Xbox or PlayStation, now is your chance to play this battle arcade game on your smartphone. Android has had an option to get full manual controls for the camera app for a while now, but each third-party app offers different settings and a different layout. Moment Pro Camera is one of the newest apps to bring full manual controls to your smartphone, and it does so without cluttering up your screen. In addition to your standard ISO, shutter speed, focus, and white balance controls, you can choose to shoot in RAW format. There's an HDR Plus enhanced mode for Pixel 2 devices, a live histogram, and a digital level that will make sure that your landscape is all balanced. If you're a smartphone photographer, you will absolutely love this app. It does cost a few dollars though. Mozilla, the company behind the Firefox browser, has released a Notes app that syncs up with Firefox. Now, this isn't just any old Notes app, it's a fairly secure one that features end-to-end encryption, so all of your notes will stay relatively safe and secure. The app is super simple, allowing you to create to-do lists and take memos on the go. If you're a Firefox user and you're looking for a simple note-taking application, you will love Notes by Firefox. Hold Down is a super fun arcade game where you shoot balls to break blocks and traverse your way to the planet cores. The game gets tricky as you have a limited number of shots per round and some blocks fix firmly to the wall. There are crystals you can collect to upgrade your shooting abilities and a bunch of planets to dig through. The game does cost $4, which isn't cheap relative to other games on the Play Store, but I've really enjoyed my time playing this game. Navbar Weather is an app that brings weather information to your navigation bar. That's right, no matter where you navigate on your phone, you'll be able to see the wind speed, temperature, precipitation, humidity, cloud cover, and more, all of which will rotate behind your navigation bar. Weather junkies need to install this app, there's no question about it. Grumble is a neat live wallpaper app that features a bunch of 3D hologram wallpapers that are sure to spice up the look and feel of your smartphone. The results will vary based on the photo you select, of course, but you can get some really nice results. There are also some modes that you can enable to cycle through different wallpapers every time your screen powers on, or every 6 hours, or on a daily basis. It just depends on which you prefer. Here AR City Model is a neat app that uses augmented reality to create a model of how autonomous self-driving cars might work in the future. There's very little actual information you could learn from this app, but hey, it's cool. In order to get it working, you have to print off a map that they will provide. When you do that, you just point the camera at the map and the city comes to life with vehicles driving around. Autopick is another camera-based application. All you have to do is just tap on the area of text that you want when the camera is opened, and the app will automatically select that text and convert it into a digital form. We've seen apps like this before that transform paper documents into digital PDFs, but this is pretty cool because you can be very precise with the text that you select. InWare is an app that really should be baked into Android. It gives you detailed information about your device's hardware and software. Some of the info includes the Android version, treble support, RAM amounts, camera details, battery capacity, and more. Seriously, this app is simple and data rich. I absolutely love having this much info available to me. The last app we have for you today is an arcade game called Rowdy Wrestling. It's really simple, but pretty fun. You get to select one of 55 characters to battle against an AI wrestler using various smashes and objects like steel chairs to try and stun your opponent and ultimately take down their health bar. The last one standing wins. It's that simple. The first app is for all of the DC comic fans out there. This app offers a first of its kind digital subscription that allows you to watch original series, animated movies, and classic films and TV series. You can watch the newest season of Young Justice, Outsiders, the classics like the Batman, the animated series. There are apparently even new series coming next year. You can even read DC Comics and shop from a selection of merchandise. Now, this is not a sponsor, it's just a neat app for those of you who might be invested in the DC universe. Poppin's Family Organizer aims to keep your busy family life organized. The app lets all of the members of your family sync their calendars together, so your personal calendar, shopping lists, contacts, and more will be available for everyone in your family to see. Now, there is a personal calendar here too if you want to keep things separate. I don't blame you. There are even chat groups so you can talk to certain members of your family in one convenient group, and you can share your images and videos directly via the app. The app is modern, it's functional, two very good things to have in an application. Mow Lawn is a super fun new arcade game where you have to mow all of the patches of long grass. I know, it sounds riveting, doesn't it? While doing so, you have to avoid falling off the edge and avoid various obstacles. There's a ton of levels, some challenge modes like a right turn only mode, various mowers to unlock with all sorts of upgrades. What more can I say besides that it's very fun and addicting? Digital Wellbeing is a brand new app that's actually still in beta that's available for Android 9.0 Pie devices that will help keep track of how much you use your phone. Basically, it'll let you know how frequently you use different apps, how many notifications you receive on a daily basis, and how often you check your phone. It keeps track of all this so that you can help find a balance between your digital and physical well-being, because it's generally not very healthy to always be glued to your smartphone. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've been to a conference or in a conversation and I realized I forgot my business cards. Hi Hello Contact Exchange will let you create digital business cards so you can share them with people, and so you never have to say, "Sorry, I forgot my business card." Once you load all of your relevant information on your digital card, the app will turn it into a QR code so that when someone scans it with their camera, your info will pop up. It can be a little bit buggy, but it's a really neat app to have. Power Shade Notification Bar Changer and Manager will do just as the name proclaims. It will let you change the notification bar of your Android smartphone. You can pick different themes like light and dark themes. You can choose a different color for the background or foreground of the quick settings panel, change the brightness slider color, choose your profile picture to be displayed in the shade, and even change the grid layout. There are also some features available that are now baked into stock Android, like quick reply, the ability to snooze notifications, as well as grouped notifications. Booster Raiders is another new arcade game where you race against other characters from previous Halfbrick Studios games. They are the studio behind Fruit Ninja and Dan the Man, as well as several other games. There are 3 game modes, like a racing mode, a lap mode, and a UFO mode. Now the app is in beta, but I could see this game really becoming very popular once it's officially released. I had a lot of fun testing it out. Shorty is another app that really makes you love the customizability and freedom of Android. It's really simple, allowing you to pin any file from your phone or URL link to your home screen. All you have to do is just share the file or link that you want to have pinned to your home screen, and you'll see a link on your home screen. It's really that simple. You can then customize the appearance of that icon and the text that goes underneath it. It's super simple, but it could be extremely useful for you. AR Stickers is a mode in the Pixel camera that lets you add animated and interactive AR characters to your world and capture stories to share with your friends and family. There's a bunch of different stickers to choose from on the Play Store, but the most recent one is the characters from Stranger Things. You have Eleven, Dustin, Lucas, and a couple other characters. You can just drag and drop these guys down and place them in your physical environment, where you can then take a picture or record a video and share it with your friends or family or acquaintances, whoever you want. It's really cool. If you have a Pixel smartphone and love Stranger Things, you should download this app. The last app we have for you is called Hungry Dragon, an arcade action game where you fly around and eat people. Sounds lovely, right? You travel forward in a 2D space, gobbling up people on your way. It's pretty simple, offering unlockable dragons and various power-ups. You might have noticed I love simple games, and this is another one of those simple games that really caught my eye and is just really fun to play. The first app is called Niagara Launcher, and it's one of 3 launchers we have on the list. The launcher has an extremely clean and minimal user interface that was really appealing to me when I first started using it. You don't have any app drawers though. So instead, everything is one big scrollable list so you can quickly find whatever it is that you're looking for. You can add some favorite apps for quick access that they'll always be up top and ready to be clicked on. But for the most part, you'll be scrolling for each app when you want to open up a particular app. The launcher is free and is in beta, but so far it works well. Fluid Navigation Gestures is an app that aims to bring the gesture-based navigation controls to phones not running Android Pie. There are 2 main gestures, quick swipe and hold, which can be triggered from the bottom or side edges of the screen. The side triggers are only available on the bottom half of the screen, allowing you to still access other side menus. Some of the actions include back, home, recent apps, toggle split screen, open notifications, and launch the assistant. But there's a bunch more, and more are being added all the time. Hooky Crook is a one-touch action game starring a master cat burglar. You have to sneak, swing, dodge, and bounce your way through 84 unique levels filled with various traps and obstacles. What's cool is you don't need internet, and the game can be played in portrait mode, so it's super casual. I highly recommend this game if you're looking for a fun new platformer game. Root List Launcher is a really clean launcher that resembles the stock Google Pixel launcher. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the long swipe up to open up the app drawer in Android Pie on my Pixel 3, so this launcher is kind of neat in that it brings back the old layout. What I also like is the ability to install icon packs and change the theme in the settings. Tapete is an app with a bunch of neat nature wallpapers that are completely free. Now, there are some minimal abstract wallpapers and miscellaneous ones too, but there are way more nature shots that I think look really good. I also like how they were all taken by the developer and aren't from some big, large source. Badland Brawl is a platformer game where you and an opponent stand on opposite ends of a bridge, and each player sends creatures to the other side to fight the other player and see who wins. You can collect, clone, and upgrade your characters, play locally or online, and in 1v1 or 2v2 matches. It's a fun dueling game, what more can I say? SW TrueFi is a sound enhancing app that aims to improve your listening experience. The app will tune the sound to create your own unique listening profile based on your age as well as the headphones you are listening to. So you select your headphones and you go to the personalization setting to select your age. You can adjust the bass and customize the equalizer to your liking. If you're a music enthusiast, you might want to check this app out. The last launcher we have for you today is called the Poco Launcher. Now, this month has been hot for launchers. This is the launcher found on the popular and budget-friendly Poco phone. It features custom app icons and animations. The app drawer is sorted by the type of apps you have installed, and you can heavily customize the look of this app drawer and launcher and even install icon packs if you don't like how these default app icons look. My biggest gripe is that it doesn't feature the Google Now home screen, but the launcher overall, it runs extremely well. It feels lightweight and fluid. The customizable features make this a really good launcher to recommend. Feedly is an app we've highlighted in the past. Basically, it lets you keep track of all your blogs, your YouTube channels, your publications. It delivers all this content in one place, so you don't have to open a bunch of different apps on a daily basis. Well, Feedly Lab is a new app in beta from the same company, and it offers a new minimal design that features a lighter user interface, some bug fixes, and better tablet support. So if you're a Feedly user, you should check out this new app. The last app we have for you today is a game, and it's called Flippy Knife, and it's on the list because it's Halloween, and also because it's pretty darn fun. The goal is to flip your pixelated cartoony knife and have it land in the pumpkin. Now, it sounds easy, and it might even look easy, but rest assured that it gets more challenging. Just be careful, guys, because real knives are sharp. I know this one is all digital, but don't go flipping your kitchen knives after playing this game like I did. That fake blood you have on might just turn real. The first app is a classic game called Old School RuneScape, the sandbox MMO from Jagex Games Studio. This game brings back so many memories. I used to run home from grade school and sit in front of the computer for hours mining iron ore or cutting down yew logs to try to get to level 99 under each skill. I think the highest overall level I got was like 80 something. I sunk so much time into this game, it is absolutely nuts. But basically, you play as a medieval character and level up their skills and collect gold pieces. Best of all, this game is filled with real online players, not PCs. It's a lot of fun, but a total time suck. It's neat that it has made its way to mobile. 3.do is one of the fastest ways to create reminders. To add a reminder, you tap 3 different hints: the who, the what, and the when. This is faster than typing, faster than saying the magic Google command. It's enough for you to actually remember the reminder in the short term, and is something you'll actually get the hang of extremely quickly. The app is fast, it's fluid, it's simple. I love it. Opera Touch is one of the newest web browsers on the Play Store. What's neat about this variant is that it's easy for those of you who are on the go, as it makes it easy to browse with only one hand or one finger. Right when you start up the browser, it'll prompt you to start typing in a URL or use voice search. You can even scan QR codes too. The Fast Action button, as it's called, lets you open and switch between tabs and navigate the app. You can sync it to your computer, and there's native ad blocking. It's a pretty sweet browser if I don't say so myself. Asolo is a VR app that lets you explore the ancient Roman settlement of Asolo, or Asolo, from a number of different vantage points. Every detail of this experience has been researched and produced in conjunction with Asolo Municipal Museum, and you will see many different things, including the baths at the center of the city, a marvelous view of the Forum, and the tunnels of the Labat Aqueduct. If you love the Roman civilization, you love history, you will love this app. Trivia Crack 2 is the follow-up to the massively successful brain trivia game called Trivia Crack. It tests your brain power with a number of different trivia questions. You can collect characters to level up and win prizes, and join or create a team. There are new graphics and, of course, new questions. If you really enjoyed playing the first installment, you will love the successor. Hyperion Launcher is basically a stock Google Pixel launcher, but with the ability to tweak the settings to add icon packs and fine-tune the themes and the layout. There are animations to change and even gestures if you're into that sort of thing. Looking for a new launcher? Check out Hyperion. Inbox It is a genius productivity app. The app lets you send a link to an article, an image, or a video directly to your email's inbox so you can view it later. But it does this with one simple click. It appears in the share menu, so all you need to do is just share the item to the app, which is called Inbox It, and it will wait for you in your email box. It is that simple. I love this app. Assistant Shortcuts lets you change the assistant button on your phone to a command. You can, for example, view your notifications by pressing the assistant button, or switch to the last used app, or really whatever function you'd like. Now, it doesn't work with Samsung or LG's hardware buttons for the Google Assistant, but every other device should work well. For example, you know how you can activate the Assistant from the power button? Well, you can remap that functionality. You can also remap the long press of the home button functionality to launch any installed app, for example. Air Combat Pilot is a fun World War II flight combat game that lets you take control of iconic aircraft. You can upgrade your aircraft with all sorts of rockets, bombs, and guns. Try and beat all 40 of the missions with 160 different objectives, and or unlock the over 50 achievements. The graphics are great and the game runs nice and smooth. The last app we have for you today is called Parsec. There's not really much to show you here, but basically it will let you play the games you have on your PC on your Android phone in full 60 frames per second high definition. You can even play local co-op games with your friends. If you are a PC gamer at heart, definitely check out Parsec. 1.1.1.1 is a domain name system that aims to protect your privacy by hiding your IP address. The app encrypts your DNS queries and can be turned on with a simple tap. If you come across geo-blocked content or just want to browse the internet more privately, download this app. Cloudflare is the developer, and they make this super simple. Reachability Cursor is my new favorite utility app because it makes big screen smartphones so much easier to use. The app places a mouse-like cursor or pointer to help you reach those hard-to-reach parts of your display. After you give it accessibility controls, you can just swipe in from the left or right of your screen to pull up the cursor. Then you can just tap on things you want to open. That's it. It's great. Give it a look. Faraway 4, Ancient Escape is a room escape game in a completely new environment. Here's the premise. As an archaeologist, you always strive to find the truth of the past, but when an accidental discovery transports you to a strange, lush world caught in an endless fall, you will begin to question everything. Keeping you company are the notes of an ancient philosopher who treaded the same path as you do now. His questions and his story only deepens the mystery you need to resolve. The secrets of this world you found yourself in are perhaps better left alone. This place changes people, and if somehow you return home, there will be consequences. Wow, so mysterious. Basically, there's a bunch of 3D environments to search for stuff with some sweet music and secrets. What more could you want? Yahoo Play might be the only Yahoo service worth using these days. It's a pop culture app that gives you entertainment news and lets you interact with some of your favorite shows with real-time pop quizzes and trivia.
When you partake in one of these real-time quizzes, it resembles the HQ Trivia app as it's hosted by Sandra Vergara, and you have to answer questions in a timely manner. It also reminds me of Snapchat, you know, those little pop-up swipe-based pop culture news bits they have. If you're invested in the world of pop culture, I think you'll really like this app.
Best Flicks is a must-have app for Netflix subscribers. Now, as you probably know, Netflix recommendations aren't the best. I found Best Flicks to be much more useful in finding enjoyable TV shows. It has every TV and movie available on the streaming platform, as well as a complete calendar for every Netflix premiere, so you won't miss anything. You can see what's hot and trending, discuss shows and write reviews, and even receive reminders when shows are renewed or canceled, or about to premiere. Definitely check out this app if you are a Netflix subscriber.
No Surf for Reddit is actually a pretty fun app that can be very helpful if you're addicted to the front page of the internet. It purposely restricts your Reddit access so you can get stuff done and not browse the site for hours on end. With this app, you can only browse the first page of r/all. You can only browse the first page of your subscribed Reddits, and you can only read the top 3 parent comments on each post. It even grays and X's out the posts you've already read. So if you're addicted to this site, which I know many of you are, you should check out No Surf for Reddit. Fireballs 3D is a single tap casual game that's great for passing the time. All you have to do is hold down your finger on the screen to make your dot fire forward, and just be careful from moving obstacles. If you hit an obstacle, you'll have to start over, and that's no fun. There are unlimited levels and 20 different colored themes. Go to Sleep aims to fix your sleep schedule by reminding you of when you need to go to bed. All you have to do is set your bedtime and it'll remind you when it's time to sleep. Now, you can also set custom sleep reminders, meaning the phone will bug you if you continue to use it and don't go to bed. As a night owl, I find this app very helpful in going to bed on time. Without it, I'd probably sleep through the entire morning. Not Safe for Work cover uses machine learning to scan your gallery for not safe for work content and automatically hide that content so you don't have those awkward moments where others see things they shouldn't. Maybe you lend your phone to someone or you're showing your family some photos and you swipe a little bit too far. What's neat is that it will transfer that NSFW content to a password protected folder for you automatically to keep it ultra secure. Now, it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job at identifying questionable content. And of course, you can review it before that content is automatically removed from your gallery. Assassin's Creed Rebellion is the so-called official mobile strategy RPG of the Assassin's Creed universe. You can play with a number of different assassins and build your own brotherhood to unite against the Templars and the oppression that is raging in Spain. There are more than 40 characters, so you can team up with them, level up your assassins' skills, build your headquarters, and infiltrate Templars' strongholds.
With that last one, those are 120 of our favorite Android apps from 2018. We really enjoy making these app videos for all of you and sincerely hope you enjoy them too. Please let us know which app is your favorite in a comment down below. And if you want to download any of the apps mentioned in this long video, check out the links in the description. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.